Heartbreak is one of the most common experiences we all have in our lives, but it's one of the most misunderstood. In my experience, we can have multiple heartbreaks, but it's the one that really gets us that's really a wake-up call. So that moment, when you've had multiple sort of disappointments, feelings of being hurt, being rejected, you know that things are not quite working out as you would like to. Those are the little mini heartbreaks that we experience, that we all experience. And then at some point we have something that feels like a really big heartbreak, something that we feel we may never get over. We can have that more than once in our lifetime, but when it happens, it's really about understanding what that means and what we can do about it. Especially if we have multiple heartbreaks over time, then it's understanding that there's a reason. And that reason is that it is our heart's way of telling us that the old paradigm, something like both the structures, old conditioning, old thoughts, feelings, beliefs, memories that we've been holding on to, whether they are our own, whether they are ancestral, or whether they belong to our families, our parents, our society, our culture, that it's really time to let go of something that is deeply held. For me, heartbreak is really an opportunity, but it's the first thing that it gives us is an opportunity to actually be self-indulgent. There are a few times in our lives when we're actually allowed to just go into ourselves, to take some time for ourselves, as opposed to being overly concerned about what's going on in the outer world. That's not to say we shouldn't care about other people while we're going through a heartbreak, because actually it's the opposite. But it's about understanding our relationship to other people on a deeper level, understanding that really who we are is so much more than our experiences, and that the experience of heartbreak can give us an opportunity to say, I want to get to know myself better. Within us, we have the capacity for such joy. We have the capacity for so much love. We have the capacity to both give and receive love. The universe's way of saying that something is not aligned, that we've outgrown something. The fact that so many people experience heartbreak but don't actually know how to metabolize those experiences suggests that really we're a society that needs to begin to start looking deeper into ourselves, into who we really are, what makes us who we are, what our values are, but most importantly, what is it that we want to experience out of life. Why do we experience certain heartbreaks? Why do we experience disappointments? Disappointments that come from expectations. Expectations come from the belief that things should be other than how they are. But the truth is, everything is exactly as it needs to be. And what needs to happen, what needs to change is our own perception of how we fit into the world and how we fit into our relationships with other people. And I think relationships with other people are ultimately our opportunity to grow, an opportunity to evolve, and an opportunity to let go of what no longer serves us. Each moment with any person, any relationship, any situation is an opportunity to evolve. And so that heartbreak is really the heart's way of saying, listen, stop, really listen. Heartbreak is really our heart saying it's time for you to do some inner work, some inner reflection, some deep diving, to go into the depths of your being, to work out who you want to be in relationship to the situation or the person or the people that brought about the heartbreak. It's literally breaking open our hearts. It's opening up to a kind of divine energy. It's opening up to a sacredness, the recognition that we think we're separate and therefore we get hurt. But in reality, we are not separate. Separation is the greatest illusion of our time. We are so absolutely connected to everything and everyone, and each person, each situation that comes into our life is a part of our inner being. So that mirror that is held up to us when our hearts break is really a mirror that is saying, are you now willing to wake up to the truth of who you really are? Which is that you are never separate. You are never truly disconnected from the universal energy, the energy of love. The energy of love is always within you. And it is when we put our hopes, our aspirations, or something or someone outside of us, that mirror is held up to say, no, this is about you. Who do you want to be? What do you want to do with where you are? Where are you willing to break through that illusion of separation? Now, it doesn't just happen with the idea, that intention to say, I'm no longer separate. It comes with the understanding that we need to do some inner work to allow our vibration to raise, to allow the frequency within us to move from fear and into a space of love. And that can only really happen when we're able to take some time out for ourselves, to recognize this is an opportunity to do some inner reflection, some writing, perhaps some journaling, to actually look at the times when we may have caused heartbreak, when we may have disappointed unintentionally, when we have been on the other side of heartbreak, because all of these experiences need to be metabolized if we are to truly grow. The truth is that heartbreak is our way of saying that we're holding on to something, but our ego mind has been holding on, and it's time to allow the heart to lead, so that it can lead us back to connection, to joy, to love.